Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. We are today starting a new chapter, that's A Mother's Struggle. It's unit number 5, section 1, page number 107 of your course book. Please be with me with your books open first. Let's have the introduction, that's on page number 107. Harriet Beecher Stowe, that's a name of a teacher in 19th century America. This person actually is the author or the writer of this extract. He wrote a remarkable means a very famous anti-slavery. Anti-slavery, slave is ghulam, a person you can buy, you can sell. That person is more than a servant. A servant, you just give the pay, normally salary or whatsoever, and that person then goes home. But this person stays with you all the time. Whatever you want this person to do, that person will do. So this novel is actually on anti-slavery topic, that we should not have slaves. And the name of the novel is Uncle Tom's Cabin. In this novel, Eliza worked for Mrs. Shelby. Eliza works for Mrs. Shelby. Shelby is the name of the mistress. Master, mistress. The wife of master is mistress. Whose husband is a plantation owner. A plantation owner means he is the owner, Malik, of the plantation area where the plants are grown. So Eliza is actually working for Mrs. Shelby, okay? And Mrs. Shelby's husband is a plantation owner. Now Mrs. Shelby, the plantation owner, Mr. Shelby, the plantation owner, find himself deeply in debt to a slave trader. He has taken some loan, most probably. He needs to pay that much loan, and actually that person who has given him the loan is Heli. Okay, his name is Heli. He has given him a lot of money, and now Mr. Shelby has to pay him back. So he was not having that much money. So what he thought, he decided to sell Eliza's child Harry to him. Now you have to understand the situation that Mrs. Shelby, the wife of Mr. Shelby, Mr. Shelby is the plantation owner, and he has taken the loan from Heli. Okay? And now he has to pay Heli money back. Now Eliza is her servant, Mrs. Shelby's servant. So when she is living here, Mr. Shelby thought that I can sell Eliza's child Harry to Heli, and that's how he is going to get rid of the money. Actually, he is selling Eliza's son to Heli. Now freedom, obviously azadi, is such a valuable thing that the mother Eliza, ready to go to any length to preserve it for her child. She does not want her child Harry to be a slave. She is trying to save her child from becoming a slave, and she is going to do anything to save. Preserve means save. Preserve means save the child from becoming a slave. Okay? Go to any length, it's a way of writing. Go to any length means do anything. Now what she actually tries to do, she tries to escape from him the night before he is to be taken from her. When it was the time that they should be taking Harry from her, the child from the mother, what she did the night before, she left. She escaped. She ran away. Okay? So read on to find out how successful she was. Paragraph number 1. Okay? Now, it is impossible to think of a human creature more wholly unhappy than Eliza. It was really unfortunate that Eliza was constantly unhappy, and right now she is the most unhappy person. Okay? When she turned her footsteps from her uncle's Tom cabin, she actually does not want to leave that cabin. Why? There were many reasons. Because her husband's suffering, the dangers, and the danger of the child, just because of all of these, all blended in her mind. Blended in her mind means all mixed up in her mind, because if she's going to leave, then definitely her husband will be in danger also. But she has to take the risk because of her own child. She was running and leaving the only home she has ever known. She has never known any other home. This was the only home she had, and right now she has to leave this home because of her child's safety. अपने बेटे के लिए, अपने बेटे को ग़ुलाम बनाने से बचाने के लिए उसको घर छोड़ना पड़ रहा था, वो घर जो उसके लिए बहुत अच्छा था. She was also cutting loose from the protection of a friend. Who is this friend? This friend is Mrs. Shelby. Shelby's wife, Mr. Shelby's wife. This person was very good to her. Mrs. Shelby was very good to her, and she also loved and respected Mrs. Shelby. Okay? That's why it was very difficult for her to leave the house. वो घर छोड़ना उसके लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा था, क्योंकि वहाँ उसकी हिफाजत थी, और एक ऐसी दोस्त की हिफाजत थी जिसको वो प्यार भी करती थी और रिस्पेक्ट भी करती थी, और वो दोस्त कौन थी? मिसेस शेल्बी. देन देयर वॉज द पार्टिंग. पार्टिंग मीन्स दूर जाना, गोइंग फार अवे फ्रॉम, लीविंग दैट थिंग बिहाइंड, फ्रॉम एवरी फेमिलियर ऑब्जेक्ट. Every familiar object means she has known these things all her life. For example, the place where she has grown up. The place where she has grown up. Grown up means she has grown up, grown bigger. Okay, from a child, she has now a woman. The trees under which she has played. The groves where she had walked many in evening in happier days by the side of her young husband. The groves are actually the places where a lot of trees are grown. So the groves where she has walked with her husband in her earlier life, and these were the happier days for her, and it was difficult for her to leave that part. Paragraph 2. But maternal love of mother. Maternal love means love of mother. It was stronger than everything. Stronger than all was the maternal love, which had been turned into frenzy by the approach of a fearful danger. Now her mind was not actually working. Everything was going haywire. Frenzy. इधर उधर हो गया है सब कुछ. She is not thinking straight because of the fearful danger. उसे पता था now there is a danger of losing her child. Her boy was old enough to have walked by her side. She knew that the boy is quite old enough, he can walk. But she cannot even think of just leaving the child for a minute. So just a small bare means a very little thought of putting him out of her arms, just thinking about that she needs to put the son down, was making her shudder. Shudder means she was trembling, कांप जाती थी. वो सिर्फ ये सोचती थी कि उसको छोड़ना पड़ेगा 2 मिनट के लिए या थोड़ी देर के लिए. She cannot bear that thought. And she strained him towards her breast with a powerful grasp. What she did, she kept him closer to her chest, because she was just not thinking of losing him for even for a minute, and she went rapidly forward. Rapidly means quickly forward. She quickly started running away or moving fast. Paragraph 2 continues. The frosty ground means full of frost, means it was too cold. Everywhere it's ice and snow. Because of that, when she walked, it actually creaked beneath her feet. Creaked means it made a sound. When she was walking, the ice was making a little sound. And she trembled at the sound. She was trembling that it may happen that because of the sound of her feet, they can come to catch her. Every quaking leaf and fluttering shadow. Fluttering shadow means moving shadow, or quaking leaf means the sound made by leaf, sent the blood back to her heart. Whenever this was happening, she could feel something moving, or maybe she could feel that some sound is there. She can hear some sound, just a little leaf falling sound. She was trembling. The blood was coming back to her heart with the thud, and she quickened her footstep, means she was walking more faster and faster. She wondered within herself at the strength that seemed to be coming upon her. Means she was also surprised that how strong she has become at that time. She was not only walking with the child in her hands, but also she was walking very fast. She felt the weight of her boy as if it has been a feather. She could not feel the weight of her child. It was just like a feather to her. While from her pale lips outburst forth what her lips were saying at that time, it was the prayer to a friend above. Who's the friend above? It's actually the God. So she was constantly praying to God, Lord help, Lord save me. Constantly she was trying to walk faster and pray to God. Paragraph 3. At first, the excitement, the novelty, and alarm, the danger kept him awake, the baby, the son. His mother assured him, the mother, Eliza, assured him, gave him surety that he was only still. Don't move. Keep yourself still. She would certainly save him. You have to be still. I will save you. Mother just said this. He clung quietly around her neck. Clung means he was actually holding her neck, okay, and trying to hang from her neck, okay, only asking as he found himself sinking to sleep. He was about to sleep. He asked his mother, Mother, I don't need to keep awake, do I? मुझे जागने की ज़रूरत है? No, my darling, mother is saying, sleep if you want to. But mother, if I do get asleep, you won't let him get me, na? They will not be able to catch me if I sleep. She said, No, may God help me, said his mother with paler cheek. The cheeks were becoming pale, and pale means yellow in color, and a bright light in her large dark eyes. In her eyes there were bright lights because she also does not want this happening. You are sure, right? Aren't you, mother? You are sure, na, that you are going to save me? Mother said, Yes, sure, said the mother. And she said this in a voice that startled herself, that surprised herself. Startled means surprised. Even she was surprised by the way she said this, yes, sure. For it seemed to her to come from a spirit within. She found that it is coming from somewhere inside her that was no part of her. And she was surprised that who said this? Actually, she was saying it, but she also felt that it's not my voice, it's someone else's voice. The boy dropped his little tired, weary means tired head on her shoulder and was soon asleep because he was also tired now. It seemed to her that as if strength poured into her in electric seams, just like electric waves. Strength was coming inside her body, just like electric current. Something is charging her. Okay? What is charging actually? It was the child's slow movements and gentle touches. The touch of the child and the movement of the child in her hands was actually charging her. Now, learn to read 1. Answer the following questions briefly. Okay? It's question number 1A. Eliza seemed desperate to leave the house, but also worried about leaving it. There are 2 parts. First part is saying that she was desperate to leave the house. It seemed that she wanted to leave the house, but while leaving the house, she was also worried. What was the reason? Desperate because she wanted to save her son from being enslaved. Yes, she was desperate because she wanted to save her son from becoming a slave. But she was worried because she was leaving her house and she is going towards unknown places. She hasn't known any other place than this house. So she was leaving her own house which she has known for her life, but she is going towards some place where she has never been. Okay? This can be the answer. Now, part B. What do the following action of Eliza tell you about her state of mind? Action number 1, 2, 3, 4. One by after another we are going to discuss what these actions are telling us about Eliza's state of her mind. State of her mind means what was she thinking at this time. Okay? The very first one. She carries her child even though he can walk. We have read that the child can walk, but she carries her child. She does not even want to leave the child for a minute. Why? Because she needs to move fast. Okay, number 1 point can be she needs to move fast. If the child is walking, then definitely her speed will be slow. Also, she was becoming very much protective towards him. She does not want to keep her child down for a minute. Now look at number 2. She prays to God seeking help. Why? What was the state of mind? Because she was feeling helpless. And she was also scared. And she was feeling that she will not be successful in escaping because she is all alone. So, she is asking for God's help. Number 3, she does not seem to feel the weight of her son while carrying him. Why she could not feel the weight of her son? Because she was thinking about other things. She was thinking about dangers. She was thinking about what may come on her way. She was thinking about what if those people will come and catch her. There were so many things going on in her mind that's why she could not feel the weight of her son. Okay? So the answer could be She was thinking about other things. That's why she could not feel the weight of her son. Then, number 4, she reassures her son that they are safe from the slave traders. Why she did that? What was her mind saying? What was the state of her mind? Yes, she does not want her child, her son, to worry. That's why normally it happens that if something bad is happening to someone, we normally say, nahi, nahi, inshallah, everything will be okay, don't worry. So this was the same thing that was going on. She does not want the child to be worried about this. Okay? So just to calm the child, she said this. Alright? I stop here. What to do? You're going to do question number 1A and 1B, part 1, 2, 3, 4 in your copy. Okay? Allah Hafiz.